Guy here. Mrs. Old Guy behind the camera. Hi, Mrs. Old Guy.
Hello.
Alright, so we are having a party tomorrow, and I thought it would be fun to make a version of key lime pie that I like to do, and it's called a twisted devil or angel key lime pie. And you'll see what I mean, how twisted it is, but man, it is really a good pie. Great for dessert, obviously. That's why pies are for. All right. So first thing we got to do is just make a crust. So I'm going to pull out my food processor here. I'm just going to get right to it. 2 cups of flour. So I'm going to make 2 pies. So this is a 2 pie crust filling, or 2 pie crust recipe here. Alright, so I got flour in there, and I got to get a little butter. Hope everybody's had a good summer so far. Ours has been pretty good. And we're having a little shindig tomorrow to kind of celebrate the fact that it was a good summer. At least it was for us. Maybe not for everybody, but it was for us. So in here I've got 10 tablespoons of butter, which is pretty close to 2/3 cup. And I'm going to add some salt to that. And you can use your measuring spoon, of course. I'm going to just use my hand because I do it all the time. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. And now we're just going to give this a quick whir to bust up the butter. That looks pretty good. And we add a little bit of water to that. About a 1/4 cup. May not be the absolute flakiest pie crust in the world, but it does the job. Alright, I'm hoping we actually get this video out. Mrs. Old Guy and I have made a few videos here lately, and we've been having trouble either with our new camera or with my editing capabilities on my computer, both of which have just been a little cantankerous, maybe isn't the word, but that's what I'm going to use. Alrighty, so there's our pie crust coming together. Let's pull a little bit out of here. On the old beetle kill countertop. Alright, these are going to make some 9-inch pies. Just want to pull this together real quick. Feels real good. Just going to kind of roughly guess half of it. Alright, so I'm sure you've seen the drill. Maybe you haven't, but I'm just going to roll this out super quick. Get it in the pie pan, and then we'll get the other one going. If you have trouble getting your pie crusts picked up, you can roll out on a piece of plastic wrap, and that'll help you when you want to pick it up. Got the old pie plate. Just roll that in. Oh, yeah. Good. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, Mrs. Old Guy, come on in over here. So we got our 2 pie crusts, and if I put them in just like this, it's probably going to shrink or puff up, and I don't want to do that. So we're going to take a minute and just poke some holes with the fork. You can also take like some dry beans, like pinto beans or something like that, and line your pie shell with that and bake it, and that'll keep it from puffing up or shrinking. But if I go along the edges like this, it shouldn't shrink too much, and it shouldn't puff up. So just want to fork your crust, folks. Fork your crust. You dirty fork cruster, you. All right. Not a lot. All right. So now into my hot oven, 350. And we want those nice and golden brown, so I'm going to set my timer for 18 minutes. It's going to vary with your oven. I'll try 18. I might need a couple more. So we're going to let those go, and then we'll be back in a second, and we're going to start making some filling. All right, so we are ready to make the first part of the filling. This is a 2-layer pie, and so we're going to get down to the base, the devil part. So I got 2 cups of water. Throw that in my pan here. And I got the key lime juice. You don't have to use key lime juice. Regular lime juice is going to work just fine, but I went ahead and got the key lime. So 2 cups of water. We're going to go 1 cup of the key lime juice. Okay. I'm going to add 2 cups of sugar. So I'm going to use my, whoops, wrong one. Great. All right, 2 cups of sugar. 1 and 2 cups of sugar. All right. Now we're going to add juice from 1 lime, and we're going to add some zest. So I'm going to take my little zester. Come on in here, Mrs. Old Guy. And we're just going to pull that zester across. Zest out this lime. If you don't have a zester, a cheese grater like this will work just fine. Just use the fine grate on there. So if you don't have a zester, that will work. Get that zested out. Alright, 1 more. Got a little one here. Oops. Alright. Zest. Take Excalibur here. We want the zest pretty fine. Almost powder. Alright, so we got the zest of a lime and a half, let's say. Put that in here. And then I'm going to juice a fresh one in there. And I think I got my juicer here handy. It is. Come on up here, Mrs. Old Guy. Get some heat going. Turn this on to all medium high. Alright, and like I said, this is the base, so it looks like a lot, but I'm going to make 2 pies with this. Alright, and now before this gets hot, if you want to do a slurry, that's okay, but if you really put in the cornstarch before it gets hot, it's going to be okay. So, oops. Well, that made a mess, didn't it? So, I want this nice and thick, so I'm going to put in almost a half a cup of cornstarch. Whisk that in here. And it'll whisk in without much trouble, not much worry about lumping. It's not hot. If I tried to do that when it was boiling or really hot, you'd just end up with a clump of cornstarch. So not very appealing. Alright, so we got that rocking. I'm going to clean that up just a little bit. There I am making a mess, Mrs. Old Guy.
Yeah?
I don't know better, but I don't. Alright, there's that. I'm going to take a look at my pie crust. We got 7 minutes left. Oh, they're looking good. Alright. So I'm going to bring this up to a full boil. Bring that up a little bit. And then we need to let it cool for a little bit, but I'll get it up to a boil and we'll move on to the next step. So I'll be back. Chill down pretty good. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator. They need to cool till they are mostly set, because when I pour the other half of the pie, I don't want them to mix. So we'll be back in a while. Okay, so I decided that I'm going to make a garnish for my pie here, and I want to do some lemons. I just kind of rinse off my hand real quick. Okay, so this is pretty simple. Take a lemon here. Thank you, Mrs. Old Guy. Keep me straight. I am making a lime dessert. Okay, so I want to make some nice, come on in here, Mrs. Old Guy, very thin slices of lime. Oh, yep, I'll be back here. I'm going to turn this TV off. You don't need to hear the local news. Quiet. We don't need to hear from you. Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Old Guy. You're welcome. All right, so we're going to cut this lime into a bunch of very thin slices. I'm going to make a couple more here. Got to remove that sticker. They don't taste very good. Alright. Just want to make sure I've got enough for both pies. So I'll cut this under lime. If I got a little extra, that's fine. Oops, a little thin on that one. Okay, we'll call that good enough. Now, the rest is real simple. Cup of sugar. 1 cup of water. see this until the water boils. But what I'm going to do is get this up to boiling. Then I'm going to add the lime slices to it and boil them, simmer them for about 20 minutes. Then we'll take them out, and I guess that's when we'll come back, when I'm taking them out. So, all right. Well, these are looking really good. Time to take them out. It says to put these on some wax paper or parchment paper, something like that. Don't have either one, so I'm just going to lay them out on this pizza pan. I give it a little bit of pan spray just in case they decide to stick. And we have some candied lime. So this will be a garnish for the pie. Oop. Thank you, Mrs. Old Guy. You're welcome. Helps to shut off the burner after you're done with it. A couple more. And now, what's left in here? That lime, delicious. A little bit bitter though because of the oils. Anyway, so we're gonna let that cool, and here in a minute we'll get started on the top part of the pie, the angel part. So coming up here in just a minute. Okie dokie. So we're ready to make the angel part, okay, or pie. Jeez. And it's pretty much like a traditional key lime pie. So I've got to separate some eggs here. I've already got 4 done. I need 8 for this batch, so I'm just going to use my little handy dandy egg separator, and oh, that looks gnarly. Look at that. Mrs. Old Guy. What's that look like to you? Looks like egg white, doesn't it? It does. Come on, let go. That's the first one I've seen you do that. All right. So I got 8 egg yolks. And I was going to use this for meringue topping, but since it's got some yolk in it, not so much anymore. That's okay. I don't normally make meringue topping for that anyway. Alright, there's my 8. Come on. 8 egg yolks. I'll set these aside. Get a whisk. Whisk them real quick here, and I'm going to put them in my pan. I know, I'm doing it the wrong way. But you'll see. Alright. Now I'm going to have my sweetened condensed milk. We're going to do that. Alright, here it is. 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk. Put in the right drawer, and I'll get what I need. I've seen this recipe made where the lime juice is what actually cooks the yolk, but that's not the case in this pie. So. get all of that out of there. Okay. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to invite you all to click on the link down below in the description to Trippy Foods. Val does do a lot of cool stuff, and I really think you should check him out if you haven't done so. Alright. Getting this down there. Get all that out of here. Close enough. Alright. Whisk that in. Now for the lime juice. We're talking a cup of lime juice. What do you know? Okay. Throw that in there. It's going to start to cook that egg yolk. So this is something you're going to want to work with pretty quick. Get that mixed in. Alright, now I'm going to add about 1/4 of a cup of whole milk. I got a couple tablespoons of cornstarch here and about 2½ teaspoons or tablespoons of cornstarch. Turn this on. I want a very medium heat. Like I said, the acidity from the lime juice is really going to cook that. Oops, making a big mess, Mrs. Old Guy.
Uh-oh. Shame on you.
I don't need all of it. Okay. So, you can see, come in here, Mrs. Old Guy, you can see how thick this is turning already. I'm going to add this in here. I want to get this nice and warm, just at boiling, but no more than that. I don't want to really get it too much hotter than that. So we're going to let that go for a minute, okay? I'll let this do its thing for a minute, and I'm going to come over here and get some more lime zest. Just like just before, zest off of 2 limes, and this is going to make, I don't know, 1.5 teaspoons or 2 teaspoons of lime zest. Okay. Turn it to dust. Okay. Yep. Add that in. It's getting very hot very quickly. Now if you're going to make one pie, just half all the ingredients, I will put everything in the description down below. And speaking of down below and pushing and doing things, hit the subscribe button for me, and I'm gonna appreciate it. In fact, I think I got like 9 subscribers right now. So thank you, 9 people, whoever you are. I'm just going to keep on doing these. Like I said, I'll try to get them more regularly. Provided I can figure out my camera and the computer. So, alright. We'll be back in a minute, and we're going to put the 2 halves together. Alright. line. These pies are nice and cold. They're set. Just pull this film off here. All right. Now we're going to add the delicious, fluffy top, the angel. Try to do it easy so that it doesn't mix. We really want to see 2 layers. Okay, let's see this mouth. I think I'm going to call that good. I don't want to overfill them. And give that a little bit of a wiggle. Level it out some. All right. Come back over here. I'm going to grab my slices. I'm just going to put a couple on each one. Start in the middle there. Okay, just a simple garnish. Of course, you don't have to do this at all. I just decided I wanted to. Okay. There you have it. Devil angel, twisted key lime pie. We'll be back. We're not quite done yet. We got to give you a look of what it looks like after we get it cut. So we'll be back sometime during the party tomorrow. All right. We'll see you then. So I decided I should try one of these candied lime slices. And I gotta tell you, it was not good. It was really bitter, and it was a little like chewing fruit leather. It was really bad. So you're not going to want to do that at all. So you can just forget about that part. Because really, it was just awful. And but you do want to cover the pies. I did forget to mention that. Cover them back up. Stick them back in the fridge. And tomorrow we will figure it out. How good it tastes, stuff like that. And of course, got some in my buddy's dish here. And all right, so now I guess we'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay, everybody. Well, it's been 24 hours roughly. Had the party, the big shindig. Still have a pie left. That's okay. So I'm just going to pull this saran wrap off here. Okay. You can kind of see where my failed attempt at candied candied lime was, but we're going to cut it here and we're going to see what this looks like. Okay. How big of a piece do you want, Mrs. Old Guy?
Not real big.
Okay. I would think this would qualify as a not real big slice. And there's that 2 layers. See that okay?
Yep.
It's almost kind of translucent on the bottom. I'll get another one of these cut for me, and I guess I'm going to have also same size as Mrs. Old Guy. What was it?
Not too big.
Not too big, right. Not too big slice. Okay.
Sorry, Polly, didn't mean to step on your little girl.
Show probably little girl later. All right, let's give this pie try twisted key lime double or angel. That bottom part is real tangy. It kind of reminds me of like a lemon meringue. It's got that kind of texture, and then you get that kind of creamy kind of feel on your tongue from the condensed milk in the top part. Man, that's really good. Give it a try sometime. Devil or Angel, twisted key lime pie. I hope you subscribe. If you do, maybe tell your friends. And if you don't, that's okay too. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Again, check out Val down at Trippy Foods. Link below. Have a good time, everybody. We'll see you whenever it is next time.